Good evening, everyone. Firstly, on behalf of the Delhi Lawn Tennis Association, I'd like to welcome everybody to the stadium, and I hope everybody's having a good time so far, and you're going to have a great week ahead. If there's anything we can do to make things better in terms of services or anything like that, please do let us know. I'm sure Colonel Chauhan does a fantastic job and plays a great host. So have a.
I can say as a person who has played in the tournament, wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
I'm so glad. So glad. It's been a tough year for the stadium as well and the people working around. So we're just getting our bearings and we're just starting to get the activity started in the stadium. And I'm so glad that things are taking a good shape for the future. I really thank the PhD Chamber of Commerce for participating in this and and having us over tonight. It really, I see a great change happening across board where people across from different parts of life and different parts of businesses and institutions now are finally starting to engage with sport, whichever sport it is. But as long as it all comes in, we and I can say that for Balram sir also that when we were coming up in Delhi, sports persons, there was really nothing for us. It was all our hard work and the stadium was not there as beautiful as it is today. The facilities were not there today. As sportsmen, you're managed. In those days, we were just individual shows. Those were different times. All we knew is that and we all came from different backgrounds. I came from a background where my father was, has been in business, and he was trying to make a go for himself. He didn't have time for me to, for him to sort of back me or which came much later as I started to prove myself. And I was listening earlier to the previous speakers that I started my career as a club level player. I used to live in Panchsheel, which is not too far away from here, and I used to be a very studious kid. So my mother took me and said you shouldn't be studying so much. Go out and play some games. So she took me to the local club, and she started to I started with the marker over there, and I would get half an hour with the marker, and then obviously the courts would get busy. All the seniors would come, and we would not get a chance. So I'd come back home, and I found a wall, and I started to hit against the wall every day. And there was a glass window next to it, which I would occasionally miss and break, and then get spanked for it once in a while. But that wall really played a big role in my life. And then one thing led to the other. I don't know if you know, in the Chelmsford Club, हमारे Kiran Bedi हैं जो famous police officer, and her sister Anu. Their father used to run a tournament in Delhi, in Chelmsford Club, which was a very famous tournament. And, so life took a different turn. That was my first tournament. I didn't have a racket of my own. And I went there somebody told me, go, there's a tournament. I went and participated in the tournament, but I didn't have a racket. So very, very sweetly, Kiran's father, Peshawariya ji, God bless his soul, he would lend his racket to me कि यार इसे तुम टूर्नामेंट खेलने आओ, रैकेट नहीं है तुम्हारे पास तो चलो मेरे वाले से लो. तो ऐसे करके मैं अंडर 14, 16, 18 और मेंस में भी डाल दिया. मैंने कहा जितने भी मैचेस मिल जाए, why not? And as luck would have it, I was in the finals of more or less everything that I played. And then I played in the men's finals also, and I was, I think, only 12 or 12 and a half, and I was playing against a ranked Indian guy who I think got so nervous because the whole club was there cheering for me, that a 12-year-old boy is in the finals and playing against a men's ranked player, that he got so nervous he lost to me eventually. And I got a tournament and I got a trophy, and I remember it was a 3-set match. I reached home. I took an auto and I reached home, and as soon as I entered, I got a slap on my face. Because, yeah, exactly. They said, where the hell were you? We thought you lost. I said, I won a tournament and this, that, the other. But those were different challenges. Of course, life took a different turn. My parents backed me through and through. But then Mr. Peshawari had to call my father and said कि यार उसको racket तो दिला दो, आपको मिलना है मुझे. So he actually forced my father to come and meet him, and then he said कि get him a racket and this that the other, and then there was another story altogether. Today I'm lucky to be the president of DLTA, Delhi Lawn Tennis Association, but I remember my first outing there as well, because I said I must get a serious coach for myself. So I went out and I found the best coach. There used to be a gentleman called Narendra Singh. Those days, famous coaches were Balram Singh and Narendra Singh, seniors. So Narendra Singh used to be there as a national coach at that time. And so I went to him and I said, sir, I want to train with you. So he said, listen, I have no time at all. So he says कि आप फिर आइएगा 6-7 महीने बाद वगैरह वगैरह. So I said, I really want to play, sir. He said, नहीं मेरे पास बिल्कुल समय नहीं. So I said, अच्छा चलो आपके पास समय नहीं. Then what I used to do is I decided that I would go and sit on the wall of DLTA and watch what he teaches. Right? I didn't have a coach. I had a marker who could barely help me. So every day I would go and sit on the wall and watch Narendra Singh coach at that time. And then I think after 2-3 days, he got a little fed up that why am I sitting on the wall and watching him? So he called me. He said, why are you sitting on this wall for a couple of hours every day? I said, sir, if you're not allowing me to play, at least let me watch what you teach. So at least that way I'll learn. He said, अच्छा. He said, so what time is your school? I said, sir, इतने बजे से इतने बजे तक होता है 1:30 बजे. So he said, अगर आप last 1 बजे यहाँ पहुँच जाएं, रोज तो फिर मैं आपको आधा घंटा दे सकता हूँ. And I said, sir, last period, so he said, I don't know, that you have to manage. So I used to actually be in DPS Mathura Road in my school. I would actually bunk my last, doesn't matter what class it was, I would bunk my last class, climb over the wall, and I used to have a friend or maybe sometimes take an auto and reach DLTA and play that half an hour with him. And that half an hour was so important that he started. Your first coach is always, at that time very important for you because he lays the foundation of your game. And next year I was 13, I won the 14 nationals, then 16, 18, and life took a different turn. But more importantly, that life took another turn altogether, that somebody sitting on the wall, and then eventually, thanks to, I thank Mr. Anil Khanna for it, of course, to give me the opportunity, and then I finally became the president of that association and the stadium. So while I was, and then I'm so glad that things have changed, and I was hearing the previous speakers where the corporate industry should now come and really help out players if they can sponsor players. India is it's so much talent in this country. I had the privilege to train in some of the best academies in the world. I lived in Sweden for a couple of years. I lived in Tampa, in US, everywhere. I've had the privilege to train with some of the best players in the world and best coaches in the world. And the amount of talent our country has, I don't think any country has. And I just hope we can do something about it, because I think sheerly by numbers, in the next few years, India is going to start to, whether anybody does anything about it or not, it's going to start coming in a big way and start dominating in many years to come. Because the number of players playing abroad are the kids coming into sport are going down, and India is only going up. And that's why you see these great champions from all around the villages. I'm also part of NADA, and I see some of these kids, who are coming from villages and are caught taking different kind of drugs now, performance enhancing drugs. And when you talk to them, some of them are 15, some of them are 17. And when I talk to them, I say, बेटा आपने क्यों ये सब क्यों आप ले रहे हो इंजेक्शन वगैरह? बोला सर मुझे चैंपियन बनना है. तो मैंने बोला ठीक है बेटा, बट नेचुरल वे से भी बन सकते हो. बोला नहीं, ये सारा हमारे सीनियर वगैरह कुछ लेते हैं, तो कुछ लोगों ने हमें बोला लेना है. मैंने कहा इससे आपका लिवर किडनी खराब हो जाएगा. बोला कोई बात नहीं सर, हम मरने के लिए तैयार हैं, बट एक बार चैंपियन बनना है. 15-year-old boy, and his body was huge. He was pumped up with steroids. He was this thing, baby face, but that's the kind of spirit that you're getting into villages, and you're seeing these kids come up. There is hunger to succeed, and as you see many heroes come up now in different sports, the culture in sports is coming in a very big way in our country, whether it's soccer coming up now, cricket of course is there. And tennis again picking up. The parents are getting serious. Everybody takes it very seriously now. And we have a great sports minister at the moment who's trying to do a lot. For the first time, he did so many good things this time by giving players more money to be able to do that. The facilities are getting better. The only thing lacking at the moment, which I feel, is the corporates coming and really, really picking up sport and backing the players. If that can happen now, I think India will be a big sporting success, and as a country moves ahead to be one of the super nations in the world, I think India will be a super sporting nation. So I really thank you guys for having us here, and hope you come out and spread the word and like Sir said, pick up some sports, pick up one sport, pick up some players and back them, and that'll be the great service to a nation, I think. So thank you everyone, and have a great week ahead.